Hello everyone and welcome back to the FTB spots. Today I'm going to start out with upgrading this chest actually. This isn't something new to FTB as far as between Tekkit and FTB, but it's something I need to do because I ran out of room. And something that is good to know, that you don't need to take everything out of this chest because that would be a bit of a pain. You can upgrade it without taking the things out. What you do is you make a chest upgrade. Instead, that's these things with these nice little arrows going up, and what we're going to do is change it to an iron chest. So which one is it? Oh, here we go. Normal chest to iron chest. We're gonna do this one, which is you just putting iron around a piece of wood, and that's real easy with my pocket crafter. So yeah, I do have the iron. Gonna just put that around a piece of wood. That'll give me the iron chest upgrade, and as you can see, completely full, and we upgrade it, and that's that. So now I have a ton more room. Real nice. Will probably be doing a lot more of that. See, I already upgraded this one. It used to be iron in the last video, now it's gold because I ran out of room again. Alright, the thing I want to talk about in this video mainly is the power generation. From the last video we used this pulverizer here. I do have a powered furnace, much like an electric furnace, but using the thermal expansion and BuildCraft power, it does have all of the different input and output slots. In that one, I keep knocking the thing out, so I gotta remember to do that. Okay. And the status control, I'm going to set to high, and it's nearly nighttime, but that's okay. Now, I have a number of different engines here. This one is a Redstone Engine, the one that we saw before and how it works very slow. But I have it out here because I noticed that it doesn't pump into the wooden transport pipe. It seems that you need to have it directly next to the machinery for it to begin moving. I don't know if that is new to FTB or the BuildCraft, I think it's BuildCraft 3 version, or if that was how it's always been, but that does seem to be the case on this one, is that just doesn't seem to work. So I'm going to knock those out. Just wanted to mention that. Now the other three engines I have here, this one over on this side is what used to be the steam engine, but it's now called the Stirling Engine, and that just runs with the copper, and you do need a switch to set that, to turn that guy on. So a redstone signal will turn him on. And using that, I figured it out. I did a little efficiency test here, and I just made some charcoal. So I put a piece of charcoal in there, and I wanted to see how many pieces of charcoal I could make from that, comparing it to like an iron furnace and whatnot. And with this one, I made, with the Stirling Engine, I made 10 charcoal plus 85 MJ left over. That's perhaps slightly better than the iron furnace that I have already, but really not worth the additional materials. Well, how much is that worth? Yeah, I mean the iron furnace, to me, it's just, I'd rather build an iron furnace if that were the case. Although you can use it to power other things such as the pulverizer. This next engine right here is a steam engine. This is new to thermal expansion, I do believe. You do have to fill it with water, and you do have to put the coal in it, but this one doesn't need a switch. Haha, because we can control it with this interface right here. When I turn this on, it's going to suck some water down, and it's going to take the charcoal as well. So about half a bucket. This is the bucket line. So if I put a bucket of water in here, it'll fill up. Why don't I go and do that real quick, just to prove that what I said was true. Where is my bucket? Okay. Where's my bucket? Oh, I don't have a bucket handy. Do I have enough to make a bucket? Oh boy, not enough to make a bucket even. Alright, well, do we have any, we'll just cook some of this junk up. Since I am, where the heck did I put it? Wow. Since I am pumping a bunch of, power into these things, I might as well hook them up, and I do have this turned off. Let's turn it back on, and that will, so I'll show you that later. Then just you put the bucket in there and it fills it up. So I'm turning him off again. Now this steam engine, it takes a little bit more to build it. Alright, there we go. It's a little odd. You need copper ingots. You need a copper gear, which is a stone gear surrounded by copper, a piston, and this redstone transmission coil, which is new to the thermal expansion. So with that, that's a silver and 2 redstone. Not too bad to make. Honestly, not too complicated. So, and it's a whole lot better. With this, you get 15 charcoal plus 123, and I think it takes somewhere over 200, maybe just about 200 to make a single item in here. So you're getting about 50% extra by using that engine. So that one's actually a pretty good one to use. That might be the first one. You have to get some copper, obviously. So again, to fill the water up, you just can dump a bucket in there. I do believe you can. There's other ways to get water in there. You can pump it in there. And there's the thermal expansion block that you can use to put water in there too. But if you have to, you can just dump a bucket in there. Alright, this third one here is the Magmatic Engine, and that runs off of lava, and that, I remember now, is why that's where my bucket went. I filled it up with lava. This one runs off of lava, and oh my goodness, you can just fill it up with lava right there and then run this sucker. It does take a while to start working. As you can see, the power output is at 0.4 MJ per tick, and this is going to slowly go up all the way to 4 MJ per tick. Why is that important? Well, if you look at the pulverizer, the maximum it can use is 4, so that will take a magmatic engine and use all of the power it's generating. If you use a powered furnace, however, the maximum power it can use is 2. So you actually could power 2 electric furnaces on one magmatic engine. And this thing, efficiency-wise, I didn't count because, number one, I only had one furnace hooked up to it. Oh, better turn this off before he's smoking. I only had one furnace hooked up to it, and like I said, I was wasting half of the power output because the engine here can produce up to 4 MJ output, and my furnace was only taking 2, so I was losing half the power once it got to full speed, which is not good. And another thing is that I kind of walked away from it, and it may have completely filled up the energy storage tank here and wasted some that way too. So I'm not really sure how much this is going to produce, but I got a stack and a half anyways, even with those problems of wasting it. A stack and a half of charcoal compared to 15. Well, actually, if you're doing EMC wise, a piece of charcoal is 32 EMC, and lava, not including the bucket, just the lava itself, if I'm remembering right, is 64. So you need to say there's 2 charcoal per 1 lava. So with the steam engine, I would have gotten 30 for 2 charcoal. With the Stirling engine, which is the old steam engine, they changed the name, I'm going to mention that again, you would get, what was I got 10, so that'd be 20 for every 2 charcoal, and for every 2 charcoal, which is the same as 1 bucket of lava, I got a stack and a half. I think it's somewhere between 2 to 2.5 stacks, probably, if you're actually using it efficiently, maybe even more. So the Magmatic Engine is going to be the efficiency winner for us right here. Another thing about these thermal expansion items is that you do not need a wrench of any kind. You can knock these down with a pick, though diamond pick recommended because it takes a while to do. But you can use a pick, don't need any special tools, just plop it right back down again. It will reset all of your input and outputs, and you will lose any stored MJ in there. So that's the new engines that we have in thermal expansion. So hopefully you'll be able to decide which one is the best fit for you. The Magmatic will probably be the best fit if you get a good lava source. There's actually a way to make lava with thermal expansion. Future video. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked this, hit the like and subscribe because we're going to have some more videos on the FTB Modpack coming out in just a little bit. Don't miss any. Thanks a lot guys.